welcome back to my channel. I'm Georgia from Georgia's Shenanigans. Today I'm going to make some, make some supermarket trolley token little fancy things that you can put on your keys. So they're pretty simple. You buy them, these particular ones are Aldi ones. I believe they're the same all over the world, and I believe they fit all trolleys or shopping carts, and they're, you know, pretty universal. So they come like this. So you want to take it out of the bag, obviously. And there you go. So they come with a little lobster claw and the keyring. So you want to remove the claws. Now, I don't know if I'll film all of these. I've got like 6 of them. So obviously you're going to need your token, and you're going to need some beads and some wire guardians, a couple of tools. I've got my scissors here, but I don't need them. And some wire. So this is 0.38mm wire. You only need little short pieces. So I'm just going to put this other light on so you can see a bit better. A pair of cutters. So just cut yourself off, you know, a couple of inches worth of wire. Okay, so to start off, you've got your token. You're going to need a ring. You're going to need a couple of wire guardians. Now, because the tokens are so wide, you're going to need one that's slightly bigger, a wire guardian that's slightly bigger. These ones I think are 5mm. So you pop it on your wire, grab your little token, pop it on there. Now you're not really going to be able to squeeze it in, but that's fine. And then you want a crimp, which, you know, you could put your crimp on first if you want to. It doesn't really matter. I do if I remember. If I don't, well, I'll put it on after. So you want to push your crimp up as close as you can to your guardian. You're not going to get it all the way up there, but you'll get it most of the way. Grab your pliers. Now these little crimps, the only place I've seen them, and I have to say I haven't really looked for them, but the only place I've seen them is on Temu. So that's where I've got them from. They can be quite expensive, and when you're using them, you do get some that don't work. They just fall apart. But the ones that do work seem to work quite well. You usually know straight away as soon as you crimp whether or not it's going to be a good one. Try and make sure that your wires aren't crossed over inside the crimp. Okay, so that's what we've got now. Make sure your crimp is very nice and secure. And this one is. So now we need to select some beads. So let's do these bigger ones, and perhaps put a couple of little spaces in there. So we'll start off with one of the beads, and then a spacer, just to jazzy it up a bit. You don't need to make these very long, but you know, it's up to you. You might want a long one. I made one for my husband, and he just thinks it's just the best thing ever. So he's the one who's instigated this. He saw it on YouTube or somewhere, and he wanted one, so I made him one, and he just thinks it's the best thing since sliced bread. But yeah, you know, it's up to you how you want it. He wanted his quite short. Personally, I don't do the grocery shopping, so he does it all. And yeah, so I don't know really what I'd prefer, whether I'd like a long one or a short one. No, me, it'd probably be a long one, bigger and jazzier the better. But anyway, so pop your ring on this end with your Guardian. And now you want to put your wire back through your crimp. If I can get it to go through there. I'm not entirely sure of what's stopping it. Oh my goodness. Go back through one or two beads. I think I only need to really go through one. Okay, so gently pull that up, squeeze your Guardian in a little bit. Okay, so now you want to crimp that off. Obviously, if you haven't got the locking crimps, you can just use regular tube crimps. Put a cover on them. Make sure it's nicely secured. Cut off your tail. So you just want to get down as close as you can to that bead. And there it is, it's done. So now you can pop this back on. So this can go onto your keyring. And you know, you may already, or you probably do already have a split ring on your keyring, so in which case you can put it straight onto the lobster. And then when you want to use your token, you can just unclip it, stick that in the trolley, and off you go. Or you can leave your keys attached and just have your keys hanging off your trolley, depending on what you want to do. So there's one. So I'll do another one to show you. So piece of wire, a crimp, a Guardian, pop your token on, put your wire through your crimp, crimp it off, yep, that's nice and strong. So now we want some beads. So I'm thinking of using these black ones with these little beads in between. So let's see how that looks. These black ones are onyx. These little flat ones are just acrylic. So there we have our beads on our wire. Just like that. Grab another guardian. Oh, sorry, crimp first. So obviously you make these as fancy as you want. Grab a ring. So these rings, they're just metal rings. You can buy little stainless steel rings for fishing, which I've got those as well. I just thought I'd use these because these are a little bit more decorative, but they're not split open, so you can't open them. They're like a closed ring. So yeah, you want that. You could attach it directly to your lobster if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you, really. I just thought they looked nice with the ring. So pull that up. Just pull it up gently. Make sure we've come out at this end. So I need to tuck this in again. It's actually a little bit longer than it needs to be, this tail. Oh, it's all right. Okay, so pull it up, making sure everything's tucked in. And it is. Grab your pliers and crimp it. Make sure it's nice and strong. And snip it off. Okay, so there's your next one. Pop your lobster on. It's probably a little bit looser than it needs to be, this one. But it's fine. Absolutely fine. So there you go. That's just another idea. So I'm going to make a few more and I'll show you my results when I'm done. So I will be right back. Okay guys, so this is what I ended up with. I had to remake a couple of them because I wasn't happy with them. But anyway, so you saw me make a couple of these using the wire guardians. And I found that the wire guardians that I had left weren't really big enough for the tokens. So I switched to French wire. Now, French wire this is 1mm French wire. It's really, really fine and delicate and has to be handled so carefully. But what it is, can be used in place of wire guardians, and I'm sure it has various other uses as well. But what it is, I've only got this tiny little piece left. It's actually like a little spring. So if you pull it apart, you can see that it's like a tiny, tiny little spring. This is 1mm French wire, or some people call it gimp wire, which I think gimp wire is actually the right name for it. But yeah, a lot of people call it French wire. So I switched to that. So you basically cut off a little piece. Now at the bottom where the token is, my wire was about 12 mil, 10 to 12 mil, and then where the ring was, it only needed to be about 8 mil. But you can see how it acts, you know, the same as a wire guardian, but it actually looks quite nice. I think it looks nicer than guardians, but guardians are just so convenient. So I ended up doing that. So this one, the beads are 8mm kunzite, and then you've just got little alloy spaces in between them. So it looks very similar to rose quartz kunzite, but yeah, it's if you put them side by side, they're actually quite different. This one, a little rainbow tourmaline abacus shaped beads. They're 8mm by 6mm. So I think this one's probably my favourite one. I really like the abacus beads. This one is 8mm amethyst, and it's the kind of amethyst that it is. They call it dragon scale amethyst. If you look, I don't know how well you can see that, but if you look on the bead, you can see like little scales, like a dragon. This one, these are 10mm onyx and 8mm abacus beads, which are just an acrylic, and they've got like a bronze and turquoise mottly kind of finish on them. This one is 6mm sunstone. So they're quite pretty. I quite like the sunstone, like the look of it. And these ones are 10mm cheroit. So yeah, this is the one that I did with the guardians, and yeah, I think it looks better with the French wire. But anyway, you know, French wire, if you're intending on selling these, French wire adds more to your cost of your goods because it is actually quite expensive. I think the last time I bought it, I got, I think it was like 15 centimetres, and it cost me like $14 or $15. So it is actually quite expensive, the French wire. But that's the 1mm. You can get it in bigger sizes as well, which, you know, for this kind of thing, the bigger size would look okay. You can get 2mm. It just obviously looks a little bit chunkier. But anyway, that's my video for today. So I'm quite happy with these. I'll put these up in my Etsy store and my eBay, and on eBay as well. I still haven't opened an eBay shop, but I'll get to it one day. I'll get around to it. So yeah, so that's how you make these super duper little trolley token dangly farty things. Anyway guys, I hope you have a great day, and thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. If you could like and subscribe and comment and all that jazz would be fabulous, but if not, that's fine too. So thanks very much, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.